that camera. I have this camera. This one's, it's not bad. It's pretty good. This one's always good. What I wanted to do with this episode of the vlog is really simple. I have my computer over here. It's out of frame, but a big portion of what I wanted to do was to let you guys kind of get some insights into what's happening as I'm building a business out of this, as I'm creating something out of Method Living Productions. And part of that is, you know, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff I haven't really been showing. I've been kind of focusing more on kind of some of the day-to-day, some of the bigger things that are happening, some of the crazier things that I've been doing over the last few weeks, last couple months. But the biggest thing is that there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with Method Living. There's a lot of the building the framework for what it means to run a business. The way my mind works is I have to get a lot of this stuff figured out before I actually take on clients and before I really build up kind of what I want to do with this channel here on YouTube, as I've done in previous vlogs. And you know, episode 2, I talked about going and registering Method Living Productions with the state of Texas, since I live here in Austin. But there's been other stuff that's been going on that I haven't really been touching on in the vlog because there's been other interesting stuff happening. By the way, I'm running camera over here. This is my DSLR up here. This is my Nikon D5100. The lens that I'm running on here right now is my 35mm lens right now that I'm running up here. Got my actual like recording setup happening right here, whereas down here is my normal vlogging setup, which is just my iPhone. That's all that's happening right here. Let me backtrack a little bit. Let me go back over to that vlog 2, and that is with license and registration, please. So one of the big things about starting your own business is making sure that it is registered in your state. For Texas, pretty simple process. It was just getting on, making sure that the name was available, printing out the paperwork, taking it to the state office downtown, giving them the money, and they just process through it. Wait a couple days, find out it's good. That was really all it took for me. For other states other than Texas, I really don't know what the process is. I covered that back in vlog 2, but you know, kind of rehashing a little bit here. There's a little bit more to it than just registering a business. And that brings us to number 2. Dominating a domain. So one of the things that you do want to do when you start a business is you want to make sure that you get a hold of a website. For me, I was a little hesitant on kind of getting a website together to begin with. I don't actually have a website set up yet, but I do have my domain registered, and that is a big piece of it. Domains don't come cheap if you wait too long. What I mean by that is, if you go and get a domain as you're first starting out, chances are no one else has your name. It's $10 a year for me right now to do that, or I can wait, have someone else take my name once they see that I'm trying to do something, once I get my name out there, and then turn around and when I try to go and get it, we'll sell it to you. We'll sell it to you for $10,000 though. So that's the big deal. It's $10 now or $10,000 later. If you're starting a business, you might not want to jump right into paying monthly for something. I would recommend doing that though. The dirty DL on the DSLR. For that, I'm going to switch over to here. This mug has a very steep learning curve. If you're wanting to start a video production business, I would recommend finding some time sitting down and either reading over the manual or taking the camera out and trying out a bunch of different things. Hands-on approach, honestly, that is my biggest thing. That's my personal biggest way of learning, is to take something like this and learn it hands-on. Luckily, we live in a world where you can just get on Google or get on YouTube and you can search how to do this, how to do that with my specific model of camera. For me, one of my biggest hurdles, and it's one of the ones I just solved, was finding out how to keep the auto exposure locked. I did not realize part of how the camera worked was that this camera automatically changes for exposure. It reads the lighting in the room. So basically what happens is if it reads that the room is going darker, it's going to try to take in more light and it's going to try to brighten up the image to compensate for that. My problem is that when you're trying to shoot a video just straight on, you don't want the light constantly changing the video because you can't fix that in post. Where in my camera is the setting where I can keep that from happening. Searching it up on the internet, that's how you learn. You find how to lock the auto exposure. There's a button, there's a setting, really simple, and now we have this picture like this where nothing is changing. It's just a clean, solid image, and that's what I really wanted to go for, and that was one of my major hurdles before really wanting to dive in and kind of take on projects for clients. But yes, I do recommend that if you're going to, of course, use a DSLR. Now, keep in mind, cameras on iPhones are fantastic, but if you're going to do this professionally, I don't know if it really looks as good to try to bring in your iPhone into a environment where you're trying to shoot a video for someone, because they're gonna look at you and be like, you're using your phone? I could have done that myself. You bring in a DSLR, which DSLRs are, they're very professional. They're gonna look at that and say, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He is using an actual camera for this. DSLRs are better in my opinion though. I'm just saying. Back here. Social media is an absolute must nowadays. That's how people connect with you. That's how people find out about you, get to know what it is you do and how you do it. Hashtag We The Creators. For me, I have a Facebook page, I have a Twitter, I have Instagram, and I have a YouTube channel, obviously. And so right now where I'm at, I'm trying to figure out a way to operate soundly in each of those categories. Now, I've not always been the biggest fan of Twitter. I've never really connected with the platform as well. So Twitter is kind of one of my weaker areas as far as social networking goes. But Instagram and Facebook, I'm all about that. Those are easy. And that's really kind of where I float right now, is what is easy to knock out for me right now that I can get that experience in, kind of get my feet wet in it before I really fully dive in. Where can I gain that experience though? And that's one of the easiest ways, is the connection between Facebook and Instagram, the integration between those two. And of course YouTube as well. Every time I post a video, boom, you've got a short clip on Instagram and you've got a post on Facebook all at the same time. That's really easy and that's really helpful, and that I think is one of the beautiful things about marketing nowadays. You don't actually have to take out a commercial. You don't have to go find a billboard. You don't have to do all this crazy stuff to get your name out there. It's really just simple. It's what you do normally. You just do it. You're social media marketing. You're doing marketing yourself anyway. You're getting on Facebook. Everything you post is marketing yourself. Even if it's just to your friends and family, you are marketing yourself on there. This is the fun one. Forms and formalities. This is the drudgy, the part that you're probably not looking forward to when starting your business. This is the stuff that is not glamorized whatsoever. So you have someone like me who likes doing videos. Like, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to operate, is I want to operate with this kind of thing. But you can't just do that. If you're going to start a business, you have to kind of learn the back end a little bit. Now, of course, for those of you out there who are lucky enough to have a partner with you going into something, you can work it to where one of you is minded in one way and one of you is minded in the other way. And what I mean by that is your strong suit could be social media, whereas your partner's strong suit could be taxes and files and paperwork. Awesome. if that's the case, let them do what they're strong at, and you do what you're strong at, and you guys are great. You're gonna do well. You're gonna succeed. For me though, everything is on my shoulders as far as doing this business goes. So not only am I doing this fun, creative aspect, the parts that I do like, but I'm also having to run the social media, which social media is fun, it's good. But what's really monotonous is doing all the paperwork. I use Google Drive because they have a lot of documents already kind of laid out. They have a lot of the forms and the templates already laid out for you on there. Really simple, really easy. And I've kind of set up some forms that I know going into the future I'm going to need to use. I have my business plan on there. I have my scripts that I'm writing on there. I have budgets on there. I have, my project pipeline. That's a big one. And one of the other big things that I have in here is a contract. For me, doing video projects for people is kind of contracting work. And a lot of it is legal mumbo jumbo that I don't have a strong suit in. I don't know legal stuff. And so it's great to be able to sit there and look through a contract, kind of think through how it is I want to operate my business. Paperwork is not the funnest part of it, but it is necessary. And that brings me to my final thing that I wanted to cover in this vlog before we're done here. And that is a very simple one. Announcers announcing announcements. I have a big video shoot coming up at the end of this month. This month is April, by the way. I have a big video shoot coming up at the end of this month, and it's going to be a more formal announcement of my business and what I'm doing here. It's going to be a little more creative, and I've actually acquired some help for that. And we're going to see more of that because I'm going to be vlogging that entire process while we're shooting, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of work. Ideally, I hope the weather holds out and is as beautiful as it is today. We're going to be frolicking and running all across Austin, trying to grab some really cool shots at the various landmarks, and really just kind of trying to pull together a hopefully creative way of saying, hey, here I am world, and I'm doing projects now, I'm taking on clients. So you can really look forward to that coming later. I love the way everything's moving. I'm excited for the future of A, this channel, but B, what it is that I'm building here with Method Living Productions. And I'm hoping that sooner or later I can find ways to start connecting with you guys, my audience, and as much as I can be face-to-face with you guys in the comments, that's what I would love to be. I want to be that raw, real person that you can actually kind of talk to, which is why, I don't sound practiced in any of this at all. I'm doing editing here to try to cover over some of my slip-ups, but there's only so much you can do. Stay tuned to the Method Living Productions channel. Definitely like my videos, I guess that helps, liking. Please comment, definitely comment. That's honestly, right now, I don't care if you don't subscribe, just comment. If you watch this video, even if you watch 2 minutes of it, say something, say, hey man, looked cool, I didn't finish it, but it looked cool. I don't care, just say something. I wanna connect with you guys, I wanna talk with you guys, so just drop a comment below. If you do feel inclined to subscribe, by all means, please subscribe. I have 10 of those right now. This is going to be fun to watch later, by the way, if and when I do have 1 million subscribers or what have you. This is going to be fun to turn back to later and be like, oh yeah, that's right, I did make that video when I had 10 subscribers. It's crazy. We'll see if we ever get there or how far we end up getting. If you have anybody else who's wanting to take this journey with me and starting their own business, go ahead and share this video with them too. I don't know if I said anything here that practically helps at all, but well, I think we're gonna end this one here. Signing off, or whatever stupid phrase you want.